Okay, so welcome to this video. We are on our third installment of Cramer's rule. So on the first two videos, we did Cramer's rule with 2x2s, and this one we're going to do with a 3x3. So the only thing that we're going to add or change, if you want to say that, is where in the last one when we did x, we put the constant matrix for x. That does not change. Y, we put it for y. So now we're just going to add one extra step, and for z, we're going to put the constant with z. Again, you're dividing by the determinant of a, and a can still not be 0. Okay, now if a ended up being 0, we'll talk about that, because that's when you're going to get your either your no solution or your all real numbers. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started and just jump in with a problem. Now these are like regular 3x3s. They do take up some space. So let's just organize our thoughts. So the very first thing that I want to do is find the determinant of a, okay? And what I'm actually going to do, since I have space, I'm going to do the determinant of a right over here, okay? So a is a -1, 7, -2, 2, 1, 9, 3, -5, 2. Okay, now remember, the first step is to rewrite your first two. Okay, so now we do the product of our downs. So let's get that. So I have a -1 times 1 times 2 plus 7 times 9 times 3 plus -2 times 2 times a -5. Okay, so that's going to give me a -2. Oh, geez, what is that number? Let me grab a calculator. I should be able to handle it in my head, but I'm going to check it out here. 7 times 9 times 3, 189. And then 2 times 2 is 4, times 5 is 20, and that would be plus 20. Okay, so we're going to add those up. And I get 207. Sorry, I was checking just to make sure. Okay, and then we're going to do the upward. So here we go. Okay, and so same thing, I'm going to take 3 times 1 times a -2 plus -5 times 9 times a -1 plus 2 times 2 times 7. So that's going to give me a -6 plus 5 times 9 is 45. Watch your signs and everything. And then plus 28. So we're going to add all that up. So 45 and 28 minus 6, 67. And then again, remember, it is your up minus, or your down minus your up, my orange minus my yellow, or my first answer minus my second answer, and so I get 140. So my determinant of A is 140. Okay, so do that somewhere kind of to the side or up above, and then I would organize again your thoughts as we did before. So this is what we're going to do. So X is going to be, again, we're going to put the -14, 43, and 2 in place of my x's. And then the next column, your y's, will stay the same. My z's will stay the same. Okay, and then remember, I rewrite my first two columns. Now I'm going to go in and do the down Okay, and I definitely think highlighters work great here on these. So here we go. We're going to have negative 14. Sorry, lost my train of thought. Times 1 times 2 plus 7 times 9 times 2 plus negative 2 times 43 times a negative 5. And we're just going to run those numbers. So I've got a negative 28. 63 times 2 is 126. And then that would be 430. Okay, and so this is going to give me, and again, these are very similar to, oops, I hit something wrong because that answer did not seem right. Okay, 528. Okay, so that again is my down. Now I'm going to do my up. Okay, and let's do it. So 2 times 1 times a negative 2 plus negative 5 times 9 times a negative 14 plus 2 times 43 times 7. Okay, again, I'm going to run those numbers. 2 times, oh, I guess I need to do that in my calculator. Duh. Let's see, and that would be a plus, so I've got 45 times 14. Again, watch your signs, and then I have 14 times 43. Okay, and let's put those all together. Is 1228, and then again, remember we are going to subtract those. So the first one minus the second one, that looks like that. It's going to give me 700. Okay, and negative 700. Whoops. Okay, and so this is here. X would equal negative 700 over, and I didn't write that underneath there, but over my 140. So 5. Okay, now that is my X. See where I said it does take a lot of room. I'm going to be struggling to get it all fit on here with showing all my work. So now we're going to run Y. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. This time my negative 14, 43, and 2 go in place of my Y. So my X's, I'm actually going back over here to this column, and there's my X's. Now I put in okay, so that, put my Z's back in. Again, I'm going to repeat my first 2 columns. There we go. And again, I'm going to run through exactly the same thing that I just did. Okay, so negative 1, 43, 2, negative 14, 9, 3, negative 2, 2, and 2. So that's going to give me a negative 86. Negative 378. 248. So I have negative 472. Okay, so there is my down. Now I'm going to do my up. And, you know, the more used to these you get, the more you do, the faster you'll get at them, but it is tedious. I definitely agree with that. And again, the nice thing about these, as I have had you trudge through this, is that I will show you how to run them on your calculator, and then you will be like, why did you torture me and waste so many hours of my life making me do that by hand? But just remember, I'm sitting here doing it also by hand. So let's see, we've got 258 and 18, 56, they're all negatives. So a negative 332. Again, I'm going to subtract, so double negatives here. So 472 minus 332 is going to give me 140, and that is a negative 140. And so again, I forgot again to put that negative 140 here. So again, it is my determinant of my y, which was the negative 140, over the determinant of a, and I get 1. Okay? Now, whoops, here we go. I was fixing to say, what did I just do? I do have a little answer key I'm checking myself up against, and I was like, what did I do? Because I put a negative 140 here. That was positive 140. I put it over there correctly, but I didn't. So I copied it wrong. There we go. So make sure you get all that right, because that was my bad. I put a negative and it was a positive 140. See, all those kind of things happen. Oh, there we go. So I'm actually going to leave it to you to do the Z. I'll get you started, and I know you don't want to listen to me anymore, so I'll get you started and then you can do it. So again, this time your constant goes in for your Z. So we're putting the X back and the Y back to what it was. Again, watch signs, and this time the Z goes in. And I'm going to repeat the first two. These are actually a little smaller numbers. There we go. Okay, so go ahead and find the Z for me. And again, then that would be your final answer as to what is your X, Y, and Z. So I don't know that these are much easier doing a 3x3 by Cramer's rule, but definitely want to show you. And again, I'll show you how to run it in your calculator, and it'll go a lot faster. So have fun, find Z.